We are standing here in Harlem, USA, with a legend, a BX legend at that.
All the time.
Talk to the family.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all feel, man? I'm Smooth B, Notorious Glorious.
Yes.
Put a spell on you.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, brother. Blue Pill Report, live and direct, Bobby TV Fire every time. We are standing here in Harlem, USA, with a legend, a BX legend at that. Talk to the family.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all feel, man? I'm Smooth B, Notorious Glorious, of Nice and Smooth, and y'all already know how we do, man. Moving through 125 like how we do it, baby.
Indeed, man.
Yeah.
You represent an era when Harlem was Harlem.
Yeah.
When Uptown was an institution, man.
When 1-2 Mart was really, really serious, man. You know that. Come on, man. And it's so good to see all of this knowledge back out here. You know what I'm saying? And the outlet. You know what I'm saying? All the vendors with all the jewels and the oils, which for a long period of time, damn near 10 years, 25th wasn't lit.
Right, wasn't lit.
So we coming back.
Now, when you were out here and you brothers was putting it down, this particular strip represented had cultural identity. You know what I'm saying? It was the heartbeat of the community. And when community, I'm not just talking about our regional access to what we dealing with tri-state. I mean global community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can you talk about that? Like, what was Harlem like, you know what I'm saying, at the height of when hip-hop was really bubbling and making this run?
Man, let me tell you something. During that era of time, man, from like the 80s going through the 90s, it was just like, it was amazing. Now, first and foremost, you can do your knowledge to the history, black history, all cultures, jazz, everything. You're gonna always see a picture of someone relevant and someone incredible coming through 125th Street. From your Malcolm X to I mean, we could go on and on and on. Everybody walked this walk right here. You understand me? Langston Hughes, everybody walked this walk right here. You understand? So, coming up, born in the Bronx, raised in the Bronx and Harlem, I had to walk through here because it's an energy, and the energy still exists. A lot of people don't know and understand it, but it's always been an energy on 125, man. And it's like culturally, specifically if you're an artist, you gotta come through here because it gives you like, it brighten up your aura. You feel what I'm talking about? Like what's happening right now. You understand what I'm talking about? Hey now, huh?
Now,
go ahead, guys.
Let me give you an explanation. Underneath where we're actually standing is water. There's a riverbank that flows through here that we don't speak about. I always told people, especially in the summer, when you come to 125th, it's 5 to 10 degrees warmer here than any other place in the city, and they say that that's primarily accredited to melanin. You know what I'm saying? The fact that there's such a concentration of melanin, with melanin on top of water, on top of the fact that, you know, they actually, underneath that water is actually, New York City is built on black quartz. So there's something alchemical, you know what I'm saying? We're dealing with we're dealing with gold within our people here. You know, this is where we shine. This is where the shine. This is where people come to cop they shine. This is where people come to show they shine. This is where the stars are born across the street. You feel me?
Right on.
And as a youngin',
Yeah, man.
I was able to grow up on your information, and I understood how you brothers mix entertainment and information very subtly in.
Absolutely.
As a youngin', I caught on to that, and I was appreciative of it,
Yes, sir.
because you definitely made music that spoke to the nature of us to have, you know, a particular style and pizzazz about ourselves.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
While other people was just bringing information and they wasn't really focusing on style. They wasn't really focusing on, you know how to put your foot down. So talk to people pretty much about, you know, what went into the gumbo pot of you making the music that you made.
Well, definitely. I mean, it was basically a lot of sciences from how my upbringing. You dig what I'm talking about? So, man, I have from every demographic within my family tree. You dig what I'm talking about? And as far as science-wise, I got tons of 5%. The guards, all that. So I'm getting jewels from when I'm young. I'm standing amongst ciphers like, what y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? So all of that is dropping on me, you know? So, but at my heart, at the root, I always wanted to touch our people musically. So I had to sit down and I had to science it. So when the Most High blessed us with this rap thing, this hip hop thing, it was a blessing. That was an anointing. He just came through the ethers and like, hold that. You feel what I'm talking about? So I'm watching from the Melly Mel's and look.
And you from the X,
man, listen. When I was 9 years old, I saw Grandmaster Flash in Taft Schoolyard.
Oh, you
understand me? In the Bronx. Yes. True story. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that and I got my ass beat, you know, my mama whipped me out because I came home late. I was supposed to come home when the light came on, you know, 8 o'clock. You understand what I'm talking about? So when that light came on, I was stuck in Flash like this.
You was in the zone.
And then the next thing you know, my man, I was 9, my boy was 12. My boy that brought me to the park, 9 and 12, God. And he said to me, he said, and that's Cool Herc. And I said, Cool Herc. And Herc got on right after Flash, and I was like, this is amazing. So as time went on, I got familiar with the Furious 5 and Mel and all of them, and I was just like, and then Mel dropped a message and all that, and I was like, whoa. And then I started seeing it evolve. Now, as a young kid, I said to myself, I was a kid, so I used to always like singing and the stylistics and all of that. But I didn't think I had a voice for rap back then, because you know you had Melly Mel, it was grown ass men,
baritone,
all of them, cool. What's my man Curtis Blow? Who did? I mean, they had the deep resonance. I said, absolutely. So I said, all right, I got to step my game up. So I always had the vision of mixing singing and rapping in terms of, because the routines, that's what I grew up on. So when the industry and all of that strayed away from that, I said, this is what I want to implement back into it once I get my foot in the door. And then I met up with Greg Nice. You know, before that I was writing for Bobby Brown. You know, I got a lot of different experiences in the game. I started off writing for other artists. Greg and I came together and we shared that same type of science. Like he was like that love for hip hop, and he loved routines. And I said, I got them all day. And he loved to make them beats, and we teamed up, man. And I said, well, we gotta touch them. You know, I said, I always felt that people, see, it's so deep. As a people, we know things from a subconscious level.
That's right.
DNA,
And so indeed, you know, and so sometimes we don't feel like we need to be taught because we know, but we don't
craft.
Right. And so, but it's been asleep. We've been asleep.
How much?
Come on, get on the mic.
What's the name? Rap that helped you in your career?
I'm sorry.
Ralph McDaniels.
Oh man, Ralph, come on. What? Ralph McDaniels. Listen, man, listen. Thank you, God. First and foremost, big shout out to Ralph McDaniels. The original classic concepts.
We would never know.
You gotta know and understand that. Ralph McDaniels made a platform for everybody in the game. Anybody you know and love, if it wasn't for Ralph, you wouldn't have been visually exposed to them.
Hold on,
You know what I'm saying? There's rappers and artists and all of that. You can hear their song.
You the Ralph McDaniels of consciousness, right?
Hey now, right on, right. So the thing was, you could hear somebody's music, but you know how they look, how they come across. And Ralph and them made that possible. Make you be able to touch somebody when you sit. Oh, come on. Wait. I'm tripping. Big Kid. Tell me his name. I'm tripping. It's Ralph and
His man.
Yeah.
Ray.
No. I'm
Big
tripping.
Kid.
I can't believe I can't. Yeah. It's hold on. Wait.
Shout out to Tuffy. Shout out to Vic.
Oh man, all my dudes, I can't even believe. I'm gonna come back. Martin, Lionel Martin. I'm tripping. I don't even know. Yeah. So Lionel, absolutely. So the thing was, what it was. Now, no one understand this. Back in the '90s, it was a lot. I mean, it's always been a political game.
Yes.
So according to what you was dropping, if you was dropping some jewels, they be like, we cutting your budget. Real story. We cutting your budget. Because you not really, we not trying to raise nobody, B. True story. You know what I'm saying? So they cut your budgets. I could go in deeper, but on the next run.
Yeah.
But me and my partner went through the fire because We were the only two. We were the first artists on Def Jam to own our rights, own our publishing.
Wow.
You understand? We own our catalog to this day. You know the rundown. But that's a long story. That's a long story. Yeah. So, but now, but here was the thing. At that time, they were making it difficult in terms of promotion and the videos. So they didn't want to give us the proper budgets so we could show the people our music like we wanted to. Right?
Put that thing on.
Right. Oh, we was really going to go very hard. We was going to go very hard. But all praises to everything. It was all good. We did it, but our vision was real heavy. We was going to hit them. All right, indeed. They was like, nah, y'all can't do that. So they when we did Hip Hop Junkies video, they tried, I gotta tell you, they tried to put our video back then on the occult. What? Word is bond. And I was like, man, we not doing that. So our budget went from $300,000. They was gonna spend $300,000 on our video if we did it according to the occult, dog. Right. Now, no one understands. That's I said that's not going down. Right. They cut our budget to $60,000. But guess what? Ralph McDaniels said, man, let's go. We're not gonna do one, we're gonna do two. And it was just like, and we teamed up, and it was a beautiful thing.
And Lionel Martin was doing videos,
come on,
right?
classic concept. He did all the guy videos, all of that.
Let me make a point.
Yeah.
Right now, it's so much driven that we're into knowing who these directors are. But some of the most classical hip hop videos, if you notice, you don't know who directed them. You don't know who the most classic videos. You don't know who directed them. They don't have none of that information laid out until MTV and all of that came in the Hype Williams era. Then we put all his credits on the directors. But who directed the classics? Lionel Martin directed a lot of videos. Ralph McDaniels they don't get credit for. So
yeah, man. But you know. But back to my man Ralph and Lionel Martin, you know what I'm saying? They gave us a platform, you dig what I'm talking about? And they allowed us to still create within the means. Because we did, right, exactly. We needed to build, like, you know, he heard it. One thing about Lionel and them that was very real, if they wasn't feeling your record, they didn't direct your video. They would show your stuff accordingly or whatever. But for them to step in, it had to be something about your music that they liked. And so that's what was fortunate. Come on, peace to the gods, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. You know, and it came in and we added on, and much love to them, and you know, we're gonna keep this thing moving forward.
Yeah, so that's pretty much when I want to ask you two things. You know, you've been around the world, you've seen things, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people, a lot of our audience haven't really pretty much broken out of that bubble and got out of their respective area. One, I want you to tell us, because hip hop has brought you around the world.
Absolutely.
So what was your experiences throughout the world? And of course, two, you know, what are you doing with that catalog?
Oh man. I mean, we got a few things going down. We got some documentaries going. We're gonna do our life story and all of that. But travel many places. Working on getting back to the motherland. I have to make that known and understood. Just came back from Japan. I gotta rock the Tokyo brim. I just came back 3 weeks ago. I was fortunate enough to bring my son. You know what I'm saying? I got another generation coming with this hip hop thing. It's gonna be real beautiful. And but speaking of Japan and hip hop, oh man, they got it, dude. They really they know. And they do their research. And the thing is, if you go into, they still have Tower Records out there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very real.
They into their
Cats is rocking Tom McCann jocks out there, dude. They rocking Pumas that colors you never saw. Right.
From us.
Yeah, absolutely.
They bit off us.
Dude, and let me tell you something. But no,
right.
you know,
It's
let me tell you
about the
something.
reciprocation and the embracing of the culture.
Exactly.
We are exporting our culture around the world. Somebody's holding on to this shit while these niggas wearing tight jeans.
And let me tell you something.
We are exporting it, but that's a whole other subject.
And let me tell you what's so heavy about it. If you go into Tower Records or you go in any record stores out there, next to every artist's album, there's a bio.
Right, explanation like it used to.
Absolutely.
Right.
So the thing is, if a person hasn't made a record in 10 years or whatever, they drop something new, the new consumer can look and say, oh, they came out in 89. They'll get the history on them. That's why even the youngins, they know. So they're like, oh no, you did this, you did that. Woo! And that's something I wish they would implement out here. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, God.
the Asians is doing that.
Right.
Ain't no white man keeping them. These niggas ain't telling their own story out here. Let's stop blaming it on other people. Those people are embracing something that has been exported to them that they magnetically have, magnetized towards, and they have an appreciation not only for us but for the culture, and they're holding on to that. And you can actually go certain places and find yourself because this is where the stuff still is. This is the reason
that's why it doesn't resonate with or why we don't.
These are the same conversations that we're having on this very block about information, right? That Moors and everybody have, that they have deposited in other places of the earth because niggas have abandoned it and forgot it and done whatever they have with it. And the people that's holding on to it, and then you see them express it how they express it, then we get in our feelings. But we let hip hop go in our generation.
Okay.
Like,
all right, just real
hip hop
quick.
is only 40 plus.
I am.
What, we should have a museum right here in Harlem somewhere.
Quick question.
Where we find that?
Quick one. Now, most of you know I am a trainer. I have a famous client who's a world-class bass player. Now, if you don't got a background in jazz, I'll mention his name. I want to see how many people might know him. Have anyone here ever heard of Ron Carter?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, he said no. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
You heard of Ron Carter? Okay, great. He travels all. He goes to Japan. Japan is, like you said, he is a god there.
Right.
They practically gets off the plane and mob him. But here in the States, like, I'm glad y'all know, but a lot of people don't know him. He played with the legend Miles. This man, he's into the Guinness Book of World Records. He is a god among us, but we don't embrace him that way. So I'm trying to understand, what is that about?
I mean, it's dealing with where we place our value. You know what I'm saying? A people that don't have value are easily manipulated by the cost effectiveness of things. So the only way that we perceive value in society is based on cost, dollar value. So they like, oh, that nigga's in the 99-cent bin. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to know him. He don't have nothing new. Did he make millions in what he was doing?
Right.
How many Grammys he got? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, where, this dude is legendary across the world because they value his art. That doesn't have necessarily an intrinsic value because it's priceless. His music will be here forever, and so will his imagery
And his mastery.
But we haven't been properly taught where to place our value in society, so we don't give value to the things that were responsible for edifying and building us up. I have a value for this brother's work. I have a value for his contribution because it went into the DNA of what you're looking at. I had to be nice and smooth. You know what I'm saying?
All of us had to.
Dizzy, let me play the set. With myself, I love to make light skin booties. Come on, son. It was integral. You feel me?
Yes.
Like that. These are the people that we pay homage to. We lay our value systems are in the people that were able to rain down manna from heaven when we was little ones. You know what I'm saying? These vibrations grew us up. We owe something. You know what I mean? And it's not only in aspects of cost, it's value. That's dealing with life energy.
I hear that.
You feel me?
So I was just saying that you can't expect the people that have been stripped of all their value to understand what value is. If you look around our communities today, we disvalue everything. Look at our neighborhoods that we live in, right? We cry about gentrification, but we had all of this, right? So we had it. We cry about, where we gonna live? We got these buildings we call them projects, but the crackers is gonna move up in here and they're gonna make it a co-op, they're gonna make it a penthouse. They're not gonna pee in the elevators. They're gonna clean outside themselves. They're not gonna wait for the company to come do it. You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we have to take a checkup from the neck up, and we have to say what's valuable, and we have to start teaching from the young ones all the way up and say, no, this brothers like this are valuable, sisters like this is valuable, this idea is valuable, creating your own is valuable, and we have to relearn. People that don't have their own language, that don't have their own religion, you expect them to understand what's valuable, so we have to replace and educate them back to that level. And then they'll say, hip-hop, that belonged to me.
Right. Absolutely.
Why you think Beyonce got so much hell for a little show?
Right.
There was that 5 minutes at most her segment was?
Right.
Not even, right? Because they know that people that look like her can see that.
Right.
Right? And no matter what the plan was in her mind or her handler's mind, that's gonna spark something. It's like, damn, that's me.
Yeah.
Yo, that's valuable. So we need to hold the Panthers. Don't think that the Black Panthers that's the Black Panthers were playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
She comes out, the Black Panther homage,
Right.
and then this week you got Black Panthers, the Vanguard, right now playing on PBS.
There you go.
Right? That's sparking. That's gonna spark somebody.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Right? So they need to go get Greg Nice, Smooth B, look up their music, young people, so something can spark in your mind.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta bring it back. We gotta re-educate.
Yo, in fact,
love.
we got a gig tonight actually
Tell
with
'em
Black
where we at.
Rob.
Where we at?
We up in this in Mount Vernon at the Mansion. And it's us, Black Rob, Keith Murray, and Brand Nubians.
I just talked about
You know what I'm saying, God?
Sinetta was just playing the
Feel
most
me?
beautifulest thing in this
So
world.
I got
Brand Nubian ain't in Chi-Town. I thought they had something with X-Clan tonight.
Oh yeah? Well, they might. I don't know. You know how these promoters
Right,
do
right,
it.
right,
They'll
right.
throw you up there.
My brother, can I ask you a question? What about Don?
Huh?
Say again?
So look,
Donald Trump
I'm
against
gonna
the
have to
Pope.
run, beloveds.
It'll
But
be
we gotta-
Donald Trump will reverses everybody.
Yeah, man, give me your info, my God.
Let me tell you,
Contact.
I'm gonna just say this to the camera. Let me tell you this. Don't take it lightly, this thing called politics that we are seeing play out on MSNBC, CNN, and Fox. Donald Trump and people like that can become president. And let me tell you, as much as you might dislike President Obama and have criticism, let me tell you, I don't want to live under the tyranny of a Donald Trump, a Ted Cruz, or what's the other one? Marco Rubio. You know what I'm saying?
Peace to the gods of earth.
Do your knowledge.
All the C's. I love you, God. I ain't
Yo.
mean to cut your wish, God.
It's all good. How we do? Yeah.
All right, y'all.